Super Scaly, what it do? What's good, my G?
Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks. David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names. You know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller. Trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football.
Man, how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Snap from the gun on third down. Got his man downfield. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41.
Yeah, and it's nice to have guys like this on third down, on money downs that you can go to, and you know he's going to win. Hit the gas, hit the brakes, create a little bit of separation. Nice job.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. The give to the back. Got the first down and more. Oh, and what a move, what a juke, and he makes it past the mark.
I am impressed with the physicality we're seeing up front by this offensive line. Playing on the road, they knew they wanted to get the run game established, and they are doing just that. They're not just getting 3-4 yards a pop. They're gashing this defense.
Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. He'll pull it on the read. Oh, he's got some space. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
And that's a nice job by this QB. Great job. You show patience, right? Like, if they don't come take me, I'm going to keep running. That's how I go pick up another first down, move the sticks, and this offense can keep churning.
Looking to throw on first down. He's got his man. Pulls it in and takes it in for a touchdown.
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover him. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they finish the deal with a 26-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And we've got a superb matchup to watch here, David. One of the best quarterbacks in the country, and how much will he be willing to challenge one of the best corners in the land?
Well, and it's going to be more interesting to me, Jesse, do they let him make a play? Like, does he choose to go after him and believe in his ability and believe in his matchups, or do they stay away from him? Because a lot of people stay away from him. He's that good out wide that you don't want that smoke. And I'm interested to see, Jesse, if he has the onions to go after the corner and try to make plays on him.
Well, one thing we know about him for sure is he's a believer in his own arm talent. He's the kind of guy that thinks he can fit the football into the smallest windows, but you're right. He's got to pick his battles and be careful when he decides to attack this guy, because he has picked off some really good quarterbacks in the past, and you know he's just licking his chops, hoping for a chance today.
How about that? Just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Moore. And a little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Finds a little space. Strikes into the open. They finally get him stopped. This veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football, create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
The offense thought they had a good look to run that play into with the QB, but there's just an example of a defender winning his one-on-one battle and making a tremendous play. Great effort by that guy.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? He'll do it himself. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
Nice job by this defense, stringing along the option, not letting him make a decision right away, and that's why they could corral to the football, get him on the ground, and make sure that option didn't get a big gain.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the 2nd. They bring the punter onto the field now. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Able to keep them from getting a return. Moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. They'll leave it with him. They needed that extra space as he bangs his way to the 14. Exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Trying to set up the screen. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives drives live. Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
And the returner will be dragged down. So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. Quarterback on the keeper. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Caught behind the line. It's Moore. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Defense, what are we doing? How are you going to let that guy, one of the best receivers in the entire country, be wide open like that? You're just making it way too easy for the offense.
Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. To the ground with the back. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Here's the handoff. Sweet cut there. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. 3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Looking to throw for it. Wide open downfield. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
They're going to run it. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They'll try to slam it in. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Power ahead. Not only the 4th and goal stop, but they get him in the backfield at the 4-yard line. From deep in their own end, they'll throw it. Makes the grab on the left. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Toss to the outside. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, because he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Power football with the run. He'll be dragged down right at the 19-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And here comes the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Blacksburg. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to one of the best home field advantages in football, Lane Stadium.
Just about set to get this 2nd half underway. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Moore.
For an offense, slant routes against man coverage are really a rhythm throw. You take your steps, you get the ball out, it's got to be in a good location. Quarterback and receiver on the same page there.
Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. They'll give it to the back. Wrapped up and stopped behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 5, and so I guess they're really right back where they started on 1st down. Need 10 yards on this 3rd down, and they're backed up inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Lofts one high and deep. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
This offense is done being patient. They're down on the scoreboard here. Now, early in their first possession in the 3rd quarter, they're being aggressive. They're taking shots. They're trusting their playmakers outside to get it done. That time, the defense, really nice job forcing the incompletion. They were ready for it. This offense, though, they need to stay aggressive.
He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Offense working from the pistol. Leaves it with the running back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the 2nd half.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42. Pass completion, move the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Rides to back and leaves it on the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make the stop.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Handoff from the gun. Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Last 2 runs got a big fat nothing. Let's see if they try to go up top on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Really great job of awareness by the defense that time. They found the ball. They found the jet sweep. And how about the speed? Being able to corral the ball carrier, get him down for a short gain.
Here comes 2nd down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
3rd down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
And running the option is so important for that quarterback, man. Making the right decision. Nice job sucking the defense in, pitching the football, and then look at that. The extra yards, he gets the rest. Nice 3rd down conversion.
Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run.
Great running backs consistently make people miss. And he did a really good job of breaking one tackle, but he couldn't do it to the next, and to the next, and to the next. The offensive line will have to do a lot better job, giving them some more space so we can get out in the open field and make some plays for this offense.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle, it's Matthews. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense. Not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. That drive covered 62 yards for the touchdown, and they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. Complete to start this drive. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Down in the fourth quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him. And he's going to have to continue to deliver like this, making plays down the field, protecting the football, but we know he has the ability.
They created a lot of breathing room with that first play of the drive. Now first down from the 39. Leaves it with the back. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Looking to fire. Grabbed over the middle. It's Richmond. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
And obviously you're in a tough spot. Like, you're down a couple of possessions. The defense knows you're going to throw the football, so you can tell they're backed up. They're playing the pass, and the offense has to take the little stuff underneath. They've got to find a way to make explosive plays, even though the defense is playing conservative.
Lets it go. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
After that incompletion, 4th and short now on their own side of the field, I think there's a lot of coaches in normal circumstances that would stay conservative and just punt the ball away. But you're trailing here in the 4th quarter. I think the offense needs to stay out on the field, and you got to go for it.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Tell that to this defense, though. They played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
They'll try to pop the draw. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Throws for the tight end. He's got an open man. Hauls it in and runs into the end zone for a touchdown.
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end. But all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. Wants to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Moore. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance. But if it's going to happen, it has to happen now in this 2-minute situation. This is where their playmakers need to step up.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Off the play fake on 1st down. Throwing right. He's got it. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. The play action fake. It's complete to the left. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
How crazy is it that one of the best receivers in all of college football just made his first catch in this big of a game? You've got to give the defense tons of credit. They've had a plan for him. They've limited him, and that's why they're going to win.
Gonna look downfield again. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
It's complete on the right side. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
The offense will quickly use a timeout.
And it's all about coachable moments, and obviously they have not had a ton of success throwing the ball in this game. But as a coach, I think you're just looking for positives, like that play right there, even late in the game, taking your step.
Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. This guy runs with some attitude, discarding tacklers, and works his way to the 19.
It's a great play there by the defense, stopping that run. But now with less than a minute to go, you've got to use your timeout. You got to try and conserve as much clock as possible to give yourself a chance to win.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Give to the running back. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation.